There was this one drug dealer who had most of the business. And I used to be one of those individuals who wanted to get rich, you know? And I thought I stumbled onto the perfect business model. And this is where I would get blank CDs, I would put songs on the CDs, and I would sell it. And at that time, no one was doing this. So I was making a lot of money in high school, and I felt like one of the cool kids. I was eating the good lunch. But eventually, what started to happen was different people heard about this business. They started partnering up with one another, and they started to run their own business. Back then, I was this very quiet kid. I didn't know how to form connections like that. And just like that, I was run out of business. And what I came to notice was normally after school, I would play basketball. And there was this one drug dealer, I believe his name was Omar, who would always have the most business. And I would think, why is this? I mean, there's so many different drug dealers in this particular high school. Why is it that everyone comes to him? And it just so happened that he was sitting next to me one day and we started to talk. And he gave me a very influential lesson. He said, it's because in my worldview, I'm not chasing the money first. I'm going out of my way to give the best drugs and the money follows, while all these other people, they try to go for the money first. And then he pulled out a $100 bill and he ripped it into tiny little pieces. And I was a high school kid. For me, this was like burning $10,000 raw. I was like, man, what is this idiot doing? And I just couldn't perceive the lesson in high school. But by the time I got into Toastmasters and I did a few speeches, I got this one mentee. He was this dorky Indian kid. I think his name was Prashant. And as he was practicing in front of me, he was using these very colorful words, right? Super colorful. And I had no clue what he was saying. He was talking in circles. And I'm like, bro, strip it down. I don't know what value you're trying to give me. And he's like, no, 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 no. I got to use the right words. Otherwise, these people won't like me. And this is when Omar's lesson from a couple of years before was starting to make sense. It's not the words that necessarily matter. It's the value that you're trying to give. If you try to give value first, then the words will come. And likewise with Omar, since he was giving the value to his market, the money was coming. So that's what words and money started to have that connection. That was the essence of that particular story.